Alright, we're going to start off with making a chicken roulade. So what we got to do is we're going to have to tenderize and flatten the chicken breast. So that's what I'm about to start off and do now. It's alright if you have a few holes in there. It's protein. It's going to coagulate. So, no worries. Turn on. Season your meat a little bit. A little sea salt. A little pepper. Then we're going to add some spinach. The spinach has already been sauteed and seasoned, as well as the onions that I'm going to add. And the bacon, I'm going to add some of that. And I candied that, and all that means is I threw a little bit of sugar on it while I was cooking it. I didn't cook it all the way through. I cooked it just enough, just to add a little crunch. That's mainly what I put that's mainly why I candied it. Alright, that should do. Throw a little onion on there. Doesn't that look fine? Well, add as much onion as you like. I got a big piece of breast here, so I'm going to go ahead and make this monstrous. Got a little bacon here. Like I said, I candied it a little bit. Go ahead and add that down the middle. All I'm going to do here is just roll it up. But before I do that, throw a little cheese on there. That's going to make it taste real nice and fine. Yeah. Alright. We're going to roll this up. You may see a hole or two, but like I said, that's all good. And proteins will coagulate. And it'll bring it right back together when you're done cooking. All we're going to do here is take this twine, tie her up. Cut off that excess. Make sure you have a sharp knife when you're doing this. Other than that, use some scissors. Don't hurt yourself. And since I'm not going to be cooking this right away, I got some saran wrap here. Plastic wrap, whatever you got. I'm going to just roll it up like that. Just to keep the formation. Throw it in the fridge until I start cooking. Alright, we got our roulades on the grill. Basically all you want to do is get a little smoky flavor on them. We're still going to sear them in a little bit. But fire's kind of high, so I need to hurry and put the top back on. But you want to just off-center them, get them away from the fire, get a little smoky flavor, rotate them a couple times, and take them off the grill. Okay, so we cut some potatoes up. They're all about the same size. You want that because once we throw them in the oven, you want them cooked very evenly. If they're all different sizes, then they're not going to cook so much evenly. Throw a little oil on those. That way they don't stick. Get a little flavor on there. Salt and pepper. I usually use salt and pepper for a lot of things. You're not going to see me use too much other than that. Sometimes I might throw a little cayenne or some little pepper. But maybe throw some rosemary, fresh rosemary in there or whatnot. But today we're keeping it real simple. Alright, so we got a nice hot pot. Got a little bit of bacon fat in there, mixed with a little bit of oil just because I didn't have enough bacon fat. But the bacons that we use to stuff it with, it's always good to maximize your product. We're going to set this in here seam side down. They've already been grilled, so they have a nice little smoky flavor. Now all we're looking for is a little color, and then we're going to toss them in the oven and cook all the way through. The oven is your friend, especially when you're trying to cook something all the way through. You don't want to serve nobody no raw chicken. Ever, 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 ever. Now if we had smell-o-vision, you can smell that nice smoky flavor, but we don't, so it's all good. What we can do while that's searing, check on these potatoes that we got in the oven. Potatoes are still working. Definitely nowhere near done. Now there's cheese in here, so you might have a little cheese drip out, so it might burn a little bit on your pan. No worries. It's all flavor. It's all good. I got some buffalo sauce left over from when I made some buffalo wings the other day. I'm going to throw this in the oven, let it cook all the way through, but that's basically what you want, just a little color on all sides. And we're going to toss this in the oven on a rack. Because sometimes leave it in the pot, I'm going to go ahead and just toss it in the rack. Throw it on there like that, because I'm going to use that saute pan for something else. And we're going to let that cook for maybe 20 minutes or so, and leave it at that. Alright. Throw some onions in there. Throw a little bit of vegetables in here. It's just me and my fiance, so I ain't trying to feed the nation. Rinse that pot out. While we're doing this, we can heat up my previously made sauce. Toss that in there. that up a little bit. Throw a little bit more salt in there since we added those vegetables. Hit them with a little bit of pepper. Now the vegetables been blanched already, so really don't need to put too much work into them. Actually turn that fire off. Get that a little swirl. And once they give it a little bubble, I'm gonna drop a little cube of butter in there. We actually gonna throw some butter in this right here too. Let the pot cool down a little bit. Don't want it too hot. Ain't trying to burn this butter. Alright, that's a little bubble going on right there. We're gonna go ahead and kill the fire. Mix that around. Let that melt. Key here is not to have no brown butter. Although brown butter does taste good sometimes on some things, that's not what we're going for here. Actually throw a little bit of garlic in there. The reason why I didn't put the garlic in there before is because I'm using the garlic for flavor, but I don't want to burn the garlic while I was sauteing the onions and the vegetables. Not because I can't cook, but just because that's not the flavor I was going for. That's pretty good there. Maybe just a little bit more garlic in the vegetables. I like garlic. I don't know about you. Now you don't need to drench the vegetables in butter. So that's why I didn't add too much. Maybe about an ounce, if that. Probably that's what I did though, an ounce, maybe 2 tablespoons. So that's good to go. We got our sauce good to go. And potatoes are good to go. Just drop a little bit of oil on that. Throw a little bit of garlic in there. Mix it around like so. And we got our roulades. Yes, sir. Here we go. We got the plated subjects here. You know, make it look real nice and official, even though we at home. We're gonna go ahead and slap some of this buffalo sauce down here. I mean, I could plate it real nice, but I just want the buffalo sauce on the chicken, really. So we just gonna drop it on there like such. Oh yeah. You know. It's a flavor, and at the same time it's an art, you know. That's why they call me the flavor artist. It looks beautiful, and it tastes darn good.